Hey y'all, welcome back. Rachel here from Keto Uncut. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 categories and several different options on ways to up your fat on the keto diet. Coming up. Welcome back! I've missed you guys so much. I'm sorry I've been gone. I went to San Antonio for an extended period of time, and then I went to the lake right after. So now I'm going to be cranking out videos, and I am so excited about it. So I thought I would do a video that really gets down to basics about getting into the keto diet. I know that starting keto is such a big transition from a standard American diet. Any diet whatsoever that is not keto is vastly different from keto. So it can be a challenge. Most people have not ever tracked their calories, let alone macros. I've been tracking for a super long time, but until keto, I never really tracked my macros. For keto, it's supposed to be 75% fats, about 20% protein, and no more than like 5% of carbs. That's something that can be really challenging to try to figure out because you don't really know the fat content of things. It's really a trial and error kind of thing to work out recipes. Most of the time, people end up having too much carbs and not enough fat. They end up having a lot more protein than they probably need. We're so used to living a lifestyle that has low fat. So I'm giving you several different options that will help you up your fat and make sure you stay keto. I'm breaking this down into 3 main... I'm going to break this down into 3 categories. There's going to be an option to up your fat in your meal. There's going to be options to up your fat after a meal to balance it out and make the macros correct. And then there's going to be ways to up your fat for the entire day. All right, so the first category is making sure that your meals hit those keto macros. The easiest way I think to do this is start off with your protein source. Pick what your low carb options would be to incorporate that, whether it's like a mix, like a chicken salad, or if it's something like a steak and a side, and then you worry about your fat source. There's several different options, and no matter what, the fat makes the food taste the best, so you're gonna be fine. So I'm mostly like a cold food kind of person, so I'm gonna show you cold options first. Mayonnaise. I use mayonnaise every day. Sir Kensington's avocado oil mayonnaise is the best. I also like Primal Kitchen's avocado mayonnaise. When you're choosing mayonnaises, make sure that you pick something that is made out of a extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Do not do crappy oils like soybean oil or canola oil. They're garbage. They're not good for you. This is my favorite. Just try it. So mayonnaise, I like to add to a chicken salad or a tuna salad, sandwich wraps like lettuce wrap, aiolis, taco bowls. You can do a mayonnaise and mix it with a little bit of hot sauce that you like. You can do a pesto aioli. So aioli is just a fancy word for mayonnaise that is mixed with another sauce, and Lord knows I love my sauces. I have a mustard packet tattoo. So like, I'm probably off the deep end of people who love sauces, and people have preferences, and I don't. As long as it's a sauce, I'm probably good with it. Any kind of dish that you could possibly want, you can add mayonnaise to, and mayonnaise warm is not bad. I know it sounds gross, but it's not. I don't think it is. You can use it as kind of like an egg wash. Have like, say, chicken breast, dip it in mayonnaise. I know it sounds disgusting. And then bread it with like Parmesan and pork rinds, and that's a substitution and it ups your fat. But mayonnaise for everything, give it a shot. I don't understand people who don't like mayonnaise either. I'm just putting that out there. Comment down below if you don't like mayonnaise and explain me why. I almost forgot. Also, I make my ranch and blue cheese dressing and almost all of my dressings, salad dressings, with mayonnaise. Check out my best dang ranch recipe. I'm obsessed. I'm okay with that. Another cold option. Got it. Avocados. I'm also obsessed. I'm starting to learn that I'm obsessed with many food items.
I'm just obsessed with food.
Avocados are delicious. They go with many more recipes than you would ever imagine. Like, of course, the things that I said, like chicken salad, tuna salad, taco bowls. I eat the same meals all the time. They can go great as a side with your breakfast with like eggs and a source of meat like sausage or bacon. A side of avocado definitely ups your fats. It has some fiber, but overall it's really low net carbs. I love the taste. I love the texture that it brings. Like I said, I love cold food. There's plenty of options that you don't always think of being a good mixture with avocado. Try smoked salmon and avocado, delicious. I even like one of my crazy things that I used to call mush, and I could eat this literally every day, is avocado, feta cheese, deli turkey,
stay with me on this one,
jardinera, and Tabasco. Just give it a shot. I know I sound crazy. Oh, and a little bit of onion. Just a little bit of it though. I know it sounds nuts.
Nice to meet you.
It is a crazy good like combination of food. I don't get it. So avocado ups your fats. It's cold. It's good. Moving on. Hey guys, I'm interrupting this video real quick to ask if you have subscribed yet. I don't have any sponsors, I don't have any AdSense, I don't have anything yet on my itty bitty channel. The only thing that I'm asking for you to do is if you like my content, hit that like, maybe give a comment, and definitely subscribe with all notifications set so you stay in the loop. All right, back to it. Obviously, we could not make this a video about upping your fats without butter and ghee. Butter and ghee do all of it. Ghee has a higher smoke point than butter does. So if you're cooking something that's very hot, like maybe you're searing a steak, I would go with ghee, but I would top my steak with butter. I like cooking my eggs in ghee, and then I like adding a little bit of butter to my bulletproof coffees and things like that. So I always buy the Gold Brick. Ghee, this Fourth and Heart, is my favorite brand. I actually also have one that has garlic in it. Ghee is shelf stable, so it's a great option for bringing with you when you're traveling, and it's also a great option just to use every day. All right, the next thing, when I first started keto, I was actually scared to try was animal fat. So here we've got beef tallow and I've got pork lard. These are
delicious.
They have high smoke points. They definitely up your fat because they're fat. But this did scare me. We've been told our whole lives that
red meat is bad for you. You shouldn't have red meat.
I remember when fast food switched from lard to horrible refined oil. Somehow we have like imprinted in our brains that that was a good thing, but like these rancid oils that we're using in fryers now are just
garbage.
Buffalo Wild Wings cooks their wings in beef tallow. B-dubs, you're my fave.
Oh, and duck fat?
Don't get me started. Cook all of your chicken in duck fat. It's so delicious. On top of that, have you ever had duck? Duck is so good! If you have a quality bacon, save that bacon fat. Cook your eggs in that every morning. It just compounds the flavor to have all of your protein cooked in animal fat. It's like Flavor Town. It's like Guy Fieri.
It's Fieri, not Fieri.
Shout out. If you are scared to use animal fats and you don't want to use butter because it'll burn, avocado oil. Avocado oil is great. It's a high smoke point to cook with. You can cook with avocado oil without the oil going bad. Just a reminder, extra virgin olive oil is a great oil to drizzle to make dressings with, but do not cook it at a high heat because it will go rancid and the oils will break down, but avocado oil won't. All right, so those are many of the options, but not all, of items that will help you hit your macros during your meal. So say you have a high protein, low carb meal. It's like a chicken taco bowl with cauliflower rice, or just a big bowl of chicken wings and you don't like ranch dressing,
which is crazy.
Try my dressing. If you're not that kind of person and you end up with a high protein, low carb meal and there's just no way around it to up your fats, then what you want to do is up your fats right after your meal. Depending on how much self-control you have will be what you decide to pick. First, nuts. I love these macadamia nuts from Costco. It is the best deal around, and it's just macadamia nuts and sea salt. They're not cooked in anything weird. Macadamia nuts have one of the lowest carb counts of all nuts, and they're just basically entirely made out of fat. So if you have a high protein, low carb meal, you can polish off that meal with some nuts like the macadamia nuts or pecans or Brazil nuts. That will round out your keto macros for that meal. And it's a nice little finisher to your meal. Just don't go overboard with nuts because they're so calorie dense. So what you want to do is weigh them out, measure them out, put the rest away, because before you know it, you can like eat like 5 days worth of nuts, and you'll also
regret it.
Now another way to up your fat post-meal is still in that category kind of. It is nut butters. So here I have Perfect Keto's Keto Nut Butter. This is the Snickerdoodle flavor. This came in my keto crate. I love Snickerdoodle. This is Snickerdoodle flavor keto nut butter from Perfect Keto. What? Oh, suggested use, drizzle it over ice cream, spread it on a keto bar, blend it with your smoothies, or eat the whole pouch. We won't tell anyone. Well, I could eat the whole pouch. The thing is with this, you also need to measure and weigh it out because you can go overboard so quickly and just basically eat all of it. And this bad boy is 6 servings. So a little bit of nut butter can go a long way. It's so easy to make your high protein meal as long as you keep your carbs low. You can definitely hit your macros perfectly by having a little bit of nut butter after your meal. Now this is one that I have to give a shout out to Mega from Keto Connect. Shout out, because I had never tried this until she said this
Was better than peanut butter.
and the internet went wild. Coconut manna, also known as coconut butter. It is delicious. So I just literally like to spoon this out, add a couple stevia drops to it, and just like nibble on it. And I just like to spoon it into my mouth.
Nibble.
Coconut butter is just, honestly, it's coconuts that are ground up into a puree. So 1 tablespoon of this is 3 carbs and 2 fibers, so only 1 net carb. There's 1 gram of protein and 9 grams of fat. So that is super good to just add a tablespoon after your meal is kind of like your little dessert. All right, so we've already talked about items that you can up your fat for your meals. We've talked about items that you can up your fat post-meal. And now we're gonna talk about items to up your fat just for the overall amount of fat that you get in your day. So the 2 that come to my mind are fat bombs and bulletproof coffees. If you have a hard time getting fat in your day, then it is a great option to start off your day with a bulletproof coffee. Now, one thing that I did not even show yet, but can go with meals, is heavy whipping cream. Love adding it to my coffee. I'll usually just use stevia in my morning coffee, and then I'll have like an early afternoon bulletproof coffee. The ghee or butter is great in bulletproof coffees. And then also something like an MCT oil or an MCT oil powder. I love the MCT oil powder from Perfect Keto. Bulletproof coffees are a great way to up your fat if you're not good at getting enough fat in by the end of the day. And it also keeps you fuller longer and also increases your energy by a lot because your body's being fueled off fat. So if you start off with a bulletproof coffee combined with the actual caffeine, I feel like it makes me go further longer. The other one is fat bombs. Everybody loves a good fat bomb. You look at your whole day's worth and your fat is a little bit low. A fat bomb is a perfect option to make sure that your overall daily macros is perfect. All over YouTube, just put in fat bombs keto and you will find plenty of awesome options out there. Guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also hit subscribe with all notifications to make sure you stay in the loop. I'm an itty bitty channel right now, so that's really all I could ask for. Thank you so much. I'm Rachel, this is Keto Uncut, and we'll see you next time.